game this afternoon, the way that Hadi Gandor has started.
Ball played up from the throw-in, heavy touch that time round. So those moments you think you need to make the most of them, but they go to waste quite quickly.
Yeah, that was poor touch from Kai Corbett, uncharacteristically so.
He's a bit. I feel still more needs to come from this here. We've seen a lot of energy in the midfield, ball stretched out to the wide areas a lot, but we're not yet to see that clear-cut opportunity that both sides are looking for at the moment.
No, definitely not. And I think it's always the case in any game, but the first goal this afternoon will be crucial.
Here's Josh Kane making a foray down the left-hand side, loose ball towards the edge of the area. Julius is out and clears. He's cracked one into touch, and in the process, run into Christian McGomez. Pressure as Hudson. It's not very good. It's being picked up here by James Henry. He's got time. Gandor's available. He cuts in instead. Henry to shoot, and he hit that one just wide of the near post. It's been a good nick recently, James Henry, side from Oxford, and he's showing that quality. That the shots that Lucky's having for.
Absolutely, yeah. I think he's something of a coup for Tommy Widrington to bring in, and he has already shown his quality, ability to link the midfield and attack, and he did really well. Used Hadi Gandor by not using him. Feigned that he was going to pass out to the flank where Gandor was, but then just turned inside, and suddenly he had the whole goal to aim at. I think he'll feel he should have done better with his shot rather than just pulling it a yard or so wide.
So I've seen him score much better, got much more clinical chances at Oxford United in years gone by, and his feel, the mood he's been in recently, you'd have banked him to finish that. Massive experience at Championship level and in League One, bringing it to the National League for Aldershot, and I think he will be an amazing player for them over time. Just that moment there was one of those rare opportunities that you think Henry would take on a good day, but wasn't able to there. Foul inside the Aldershot half. Quickly taken. Here's Widrington, manager in on the near side with his arms folded at the moment. Lachlan Bow was caught from behind by Harry Charsley. That leads to a free kick to the shots, just about 5 or so yards from the halfway line. Still 0-0 in 12 minutes in. That for Henry Charsley's only chance of the match so far, but it's been a very even contest so far, Steve.
It is, yeah. I think Oldham have had a couple of territorial moments, but nothing to really trouble Marcus Dewhurst. I think that Aldershot town defence, particularly Lockie Bird, has started superbly, and Aldershot definitely looking on the front foot going forward and already troubling this Oldham defence.
Throw in from Frost finds Gandor. It's been held, pushed to the ground by Monty. Henry delivers the ball into the far post. Missed Corbett, headed away. It's reached up to the edge of the area, and then eventually Bird is forced. Sorry, apologies. Oldham's trying to see if we can get the ball out of play. Eventually rolls out for a throw to Oldham on the far side. I'm hearing Manchester City are losing to Ipswich Town at the moment. What a surprise there in the Premier League. We'll keep you up to date with the other games in the National League as they happen. From time, Gateshead were last time beating Yeovil by 2-1, one of the early run leaders in the National League. A team that Oldham are trying to chase at the moment. Aldershot looks to try and surprise the Latics on the run. Here is Corbett out towards the left hand side. It's a lovely ball. He's now got to move down the left here for Jones. Can he play the ball into the edge? Here he can, but ultimately it was just short for James Henry, and Monty's able to hammer it clear for a throw into Aldershot. Great work there. Yeah,
excellent flick from Kai Corbett. Set Ryan Jones down the left hand side, and it was a good pullback, but not far enough forward for Gandor. Not pulled back enough to meet the on-rushing Henry. But in the end, Oldham were able to clear it, but more positive signs from the shots there. Looking like they've got the better of this Oldham defence at the moment.
A lot of energy in the side at this stage, and I'm sure that will please Tommy on this near side. Here's a good ball on this towards Frost, who's hugging the touchline near us, right in front of where we are sat in the north bank. Here's Bird, halfway line, it runs towards Hargreaves, a risky move. It's now run back towards Magoma. Dewhurst. A very good afternoon. You have to bear with me here because of a mistake from Dewhurst. There's an opportunity for Charles to play into the box. It's dealt with. Slip inside the area. Eventually, Aldershot managed to deal with it. 14 minutes in, it's 0-0. That's the first time Oldham really worried the Aldershot box. But Aldershot had a chance to score themselves. A poor clearance from Hudson. Fell for James Henry. Used Gandor as a pig. Cuts inside, but shot narrowly wide of the near post. It's been a very even game, an aggressive match so far. Oldham heading into this trying to stay unbeaten in the league. But Aldershot are giving them a real run for their money at the moment. Still 0-0. Coming up to quarter of an hour. Ball runs back towards Hudson again, and time on the ball for him in what looks like a very cream goalkeeper kit for the Oldham goalkeeper. He plays it in towards Conlon, and now chance to pick out a man on the near side in Monty. Pressure from Henry again. He's not giving this up. He's still trying to win it from the big centre half, but he's managed to get it out of feet. Monty. Here is Ushek-Bullen. Now Lundstrom out towards the right hand side. Picked out Ogle, who's running into midfield. Chuts does work very well to look for a teammate. He's picked out Charlie inside the penalty area of Oldham. Instead, it's run away and picked up for Oldham by Kay. Josh Kay into Conlon, back inside the centre of the Aldershot half. Plenty of red and blue shirts inside the area, trying to defend the ball as Christian Ogle runs out of play on the far side for a throw into Oldham Athletic. Good impetus though, a good response from Oldham from that one chance, but it's that one chance has woken them up quickly and they've started to press up the field a lot more now. Yeah,
they don't need much second bidding, but Aldershot Town, nearly the authors of their own downfall. Dewhurst with the poor clearance. They need to be, they play out from the back, absolutely, that's the right thing to do, but there's a time to clear it and a time to play nice football.
The long throw in is headed away that time round by Jenkins, and then a collision inside just outside, midway inside the Aldershot half is spotted by the referee Matthew Russell. And ultimately, free kicks given to the shots there. I have to say though, Oldham response has been quick and sharp. As mentioned, that Henry Charles, the only opportunity in the game so far, but so that one opportunity has sparked Nicky Mellon into telling his side, don't let that happen again, get that ball upfield and try and put some pressure on the Aldershot's defence a bit more.
Yeah, I think Oldham are too good a team to just sit back and soak up pressure. They play on the front foot as well as Aldershot Town do.
We're doing that right now. It's a flick on from Henry, found Gandor, plays a 1-2 back to Henry. Here it is towards the left hand side for Corbett. Looks to chip it in towards Henry. Monty with a header that cut out of that threatening opportunity there for Aldershot. And Conlon now cushioning the ball, taking time to see if he can find a release play on the wing. Ushek-Bullen's the man he took an option on. Instead, it's headed away for a throw on the near side for Oldham. Good work there by Berg. Quickly taken throw by Charsley. He's put it in towards Fondot. Fondot taking time to try in time, but under pressure from two Aldershot players wasn't allowed it. Bird goes back towards Dewhurst inside the penalty area. Let's see if he's careful this time with the clearance. He is on the left foot. Boots it up towards the halfway line. It's headed back by Gandor, but straight towards an Aldershot player in all black. As Lundstrom goes towards his goalkeeper, is outside the D for Oldham Athletic. 17.5 minutes in, it's Aldershot 0, Oldham 0. Aldershot coming close in just after 10 minutes through James Henry, as his poor clearance from Hudson saw a shot very narrowly wide on the near post. Dewhurst took a risky clearance to Charles and really allowed Oldham a chance to pull themselves in front. A fair number of Oldham fans are housed in the east bank towards the right hand side of it this afternoon. A good number who travelled from Lancashire. Excellent following for them, and it's always the very determined following from the shots, also present in the East Bank as well. So he looks to play it forward. It's not playing well that time round. Conlon's playing back towards Hudson, who clears up towards the centre circle area of the field. Jenkins with the header away. Monty knocking it down for Ushek-Bullen. Here is Conlon, back to Monty. So the touch is a little heavy, and now pressure will come from Aldershot as Lundstrom evades the pressing Hargreaves. Corbett was shoved to the ground, taking a bit of time to get back to his feet. Magoma with a strong body check on Charles. The referee took exception to it and has given a free kick to Oldham there. Steve, you can feel that Magoma championship was a reminder of sorts, you say, classic centre-half challenge there.
Yeah, it was somewhat, but I think Lundstrom was also very aggressive there. Left Kai Corbett on his knees for a couple of minutes, but that's Lundstrom's game. He's a really strong, combative midfielder, and Aldershot need to step up and match that physicality.
Ball playing in towards the far post. Ushek-Bullen trying to bring it down, but ultimately skits off the top of his boots and out of play behind the goal line for a goal kick. High ball is what they've been going with the last few minutes. Oldham obviously looked for Mike Fondop in the penalty area, but it hasn't really worked yet, has it?
It hasn't yet, no, but they're well organised enough. They've got enough quality that they only really need it to work once, maybe twice, and they'll feel that's just reward. And they are pushing up, trying to stop Aldershot Town playing out from the back, because that's the way that Tommy likes to play, as well as Mickey Mellon.
I'm sure that pressure will crack one of these defences shortly. As Dewhurst looks to play the ball upfield, it's headed forward a couple of Oldham players while being brought down inside the Aldershot half by Hargreaves, touched by Henry is a little heavy. Monty's able to just get his body in front of Henry that time, and out of play for a throw. Checking the scores in the National League at the moment, no, you believe it or not, no goals except for one game. Braintree leads Solihull by 1-0, and that's the only match in all of the 3 o'clock matches. Remarkable, really. Steve plays the ball into the near sides. Eventually goes up for another throw, this time in Aldershot's favour, I think. Yes, it is. Surprised that Oldham didn't make the most of that set piece that time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that wasn't. The throwing should have been awarded that way, but we won't argue.
Possibly a moment of fortune. Here's Henry into Frost, plays it towards the edge of the area for Gandil, who's in a cul-de-sac at the moment of black shirts. Eventually he manages to get away from Richard Cullen, does not what's in the free kick, wasn't going to get it from the referee, felt it was very soft. Oldham gets it clear as Fondop is prevented, I think to say, by Montgomery from getting behind, and Dewhurst's throw is a bit of a difficult one that time for Jenkins. A bit of a mess in the midfield as Aldershot lose possession. Now it's picked up by number 5 of Hobson. Hobson times on towards the left hand side. Charsley. Here is Conlon. Conlon back to Charsley, and Oldham tries to compose themselves again in possession. Trying to release the ball that time round is Craglan. Picked out Hobson. Now Fondop shooting, deflected. Will be a corner to Oldham. Again, it's a sign of the way that play out the back does sometimes reward opportunities, and it did just then.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit too easy for Oldham there. Raglan, he's the player that starts everything from the back. He was allowed too much space to stride forward, and then Aldershot Town's defence was a little bit standoffish. In the end, they got the block. I don't think the shot was going to be particularly dangerous anyway, but yeah, now Oldham have a corner there, their first of the afternoon, and they've got plenty of big bodies in that box that can be a threat.
There is a corner now on the near side for Conlon to deliver, left-footed towards that near post, flicks towards the far post and out of play. Eventually for a throw-in, which is a better option than letting it go for the goal behind the goal line. Throw goes out on into the south side, in the far side of the field, where it's sat here in the North Bank. East Bank currently providing us with the atmosphere, drum beating, and it's mainly the Oldham fans who are making the noise at the moment. Throw-in played towards Conlon. Here is Ogle. Out towards the edge of the penalty area for Kay, who will shoot at goal, but Dewhurst is able to gather comfortably inside the Aldershot penalty area. The referee will give a free kick as Dewhurst looks to throw it. Fondop was led to have obstructed him. 23 minutes in, it's Aldershot 0, Oldham 0. Game still very even at the moment. Aldershot having to just defend a bit more now as Oldham have come into it a bit more. We just had a corner from Conlon, left-footed delivery, which was flicked over the crossbar by I believe Monty that time round. Fairly even game at the moment, and you have to say we might be in for a classic match here if this starts to create more chances than we've seen at the moment. Still very early in the match though, coming up to halfway point, it's still 0-0. Conlon wins a free kick. We play it back now to Raglan towards the edge of the D. Monty flicked over the ball, but it's not very well touched by Kay. He's forced to go back inside his own half. Also bring a few bodies forward. Eventually it's looped back towards Hudson. He's got to be careful getting clear. Eventually hammered up towards the right hand side. Now it's flicked up towards Conlon. Here's Uchik Bullen. Oldham trying to keep on to control inside the centre of the Oldham half. Out towards the right hand side. Ogle. Now Hudson going back towards the penalty area again. Hudson always going back to the goalkeeper, trying to find a way to create something new. Every opportunity Oldham get, but as they do, now you're seeing more Aldershot bodies coming upfield, Steve.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely the right tactic. Oldham do play the ball out from the back, and I think in the likes of Corbett, Henry, Gandor particularly, Aldershot Town can start setting a few traps, maybe hold back, and then the press is triggered, and they could really benefit from a little bit of slack Oldham defending.
Free kick to Oldham for a foul on Ogle on the far side, which will go back now towards Hudson. Once again, they start from the back. Now, how many bodies will Aldershot bring forward? There seems to be a guessing game every time now as to how many players will commit to trying to force the error from Oldham back line. Lundstrom here for the Latics towards the free man in Charles Lee, but he's let himself down with the control there. That's the most respectful way I'll tell him of giving away a throw-in.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think he's a far better player than that. He just ran out of pitch.
Yeah, ran out of, I think, rinking time as well. That pressure, you feel like you want to create something with the ball at your feet in an area in the pitch, but it won't have much impact unless someone runs it behind. Just let his concentration evaded for a moment. Here's Widdrington into back towards Hargreaves, and now goes back to Dewhurst in the all-orange keeper's kit. Now towards the left-hand side for Jones, who's working very hard at the moment. Now towards the right-hand side. Can Aldershot create something that will get the fans going? A lot of that time as it is cut out. Bird's throw. Frost is free down the right-hand side. Ujik Bulum shoves him down. The cross was wayward. Referee has not given the free kick. It is a goal kick in the end, but he just wants to speak to Conlon and Corbett. For an altercation that caught his attention.
Yeah, I think initially Tyler Frost's movement had earned him far too much space. Chegbullen was ball watching. Tyler Frost was down the touchline, but the winger has got such pace that he can almost allow his opposite number to break forward, and he knows that he'll be able to track him back by using that pace. But Aldershot Town need to use that option. If Chegbullen is more looking forwards, you need to get Tyler Frost
in the space if you can. Yeah,
get Tyler Frost exploiting that space.
Absolutely. At the moment, he has to do a bit more defending, as Chegbullen is just as much a defensive outlet as he's a handed forward player too. Now Dewhurst towards Bird as he's played out of trouble for Aldershot. Not that time round by Widdrington. Here is Oldham on the move now with Charlesley, 4-2 with Fondop, back to Charlesley. Ujik Bulum with a chance to see if he can deliver the ball. Instead, he just takes a couple of touches, turns away from Bird, then out towards his right foot again. Still has possession outside the area. They're asking for the cross, a few in the middle. Here is Monty. Can he find a way to get the delivery going? No, it's picked out and eventually cleared rather aggressively. Good tackle though by Conlon to stop the free Henry from regaining possession. Raglan with Aldershot under pressure now, trying to stop the Oldham momentum from leading to the opening goal. Ogle and then Kay keeping in play just on the touchline on the far side, right into the penalty area, and it's Charlesley. However, his heavy touch has let him down. There's Corbett into finding a teammate in Hargreaves. Now Widdrington, space to work on the right hand side, but he felt pressure behind him and opted to go back to his defence. Here's Magoma. And Hargreaves out towards his right hand side, and Bird has a chance to play it into a teammate, but instead playing it into the middle of no man's land, allowed for Oldham to regain possession. Charlesley turns backwards now towards Conlon. They need to try and keep possession better. Aldershot not allow these Oldham space and momentum to work the way they would like to. Magoma's out of position and now allowed Fondop to just drift into space, but his back is facing goal as he's forced to play it to Lundstrom. Conlon, Fondop in the penalty area now, played into the box for Monty to clear, Magoma to clear. Now it's up by Hargreaves. It looked like a good tackle that time around by Conlon. Conlon has managed to allow Hobson to pick out Ogle, who's ball towards the far post, is asking for someone to get a head on it. It's Lachlan Bird who heads it behind from Oldham corner.
Yeah, good spell for Oldham. Aldershot Town had a chance to clear it there, Cameron Hargreaves should have just launched it down towards the high street, but guilty of dwelling on the ball a little bit. And yeah, good spell for Oldham, but Aldershot Town inviting pressure.
Well, it'll be Conlon again, who's just taking his time going across for this corner kick. Still no goals in the National League other than the one I mentioned earlier at Braintree. What is it with defences these days that are stopping games from getting out of hand? We've had a few this season, 3-3 here as well from the opening day. So I feel like sides have taken a memo to that. Ball into the penalty area for the corner. It looks like headed goals by Monty. Cleared out as far as Henry. Now it's a switch of play this time round by Jones. Can he try and to release Corbett ultimately out of play towards Lundstrom? Lundstrom on the pressure going forward there with a great tackle to force it into touch for a throw in on the far side.
Yeah, excellent tracking from Kai Corbett. He could have just turned away and thought, Lundstrom's got this, he's going to clear it upfield, but no, he didn't give him an inch, didn't allow him the easy ball, and in the end it stopped Oldham building an attack and maintaining that momentum that they built in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a throwing up the line here for Oldham Athletic, flicked over the back by Fondop, and just to make sure it goes out of play. The two of them having I want to say a fair battle, and now Fondop is asking the linesman as to why it's not a free kick instead of the Aldershot throw. In his case is that Magomo was just doing his job there. Yeah,
I think two big, strong, physical players going for the ball. It's by the touchline, so Christian Magoma's trying to usher it out for a throw. Fondop doesn't agree, but yeah, for me, 50-50. Right decision.
If you're Tommy Witherington right now, half an hour in, what would you be thinking about this performance?
I think it started well, but it can get better. I think that Aldershot Town have seen enough promise that they know where they can hurt this Oldham defence. They just need to get into that position more often, and just that final delivery, as we saw with the cross from the far side where it was behind Gandor, ahead of Henry. You just need that extra little bit of pinpoint quality, and then Aldershot Town can definitely go on to take 3 points here this afternoon. At the moment, it's a little bit frustrating.
Well, good work from Williams to win it back. Here is Henry playing into the penalty area, knocked back by Corbett, but as Gandor was just about to think about bringing the ball down, brilliantly intervened that time by Lundstrom. Decides to go back towards Connor, who's inside his penalty area. Tries that, left foot outside the foot pass to pick up Hobson. He manages actually to hammer it upfield back towards Magomo, who's got time to just bring the ball down. He's facing his own goal to begin with. And here is Byrne on the near side for Aldershot. Picks out Frost, who are both deep inside their own half, which I'm sure fans would not want to see them there at the moment. She hears the pressure from Fondop, clears it away pretty well. Henry was given a shove in the back by Monty there, but referee didn't spot it. Leads to a Oldham throw. Do you feel there's a bit of a push there?
I think it was, yeah, Monte was definitely being physical against James Henry. It is a bit of a physical mismatch, but it's one of those that you've seen him given. It was a little bit of a, Monty was wrestling Henry rather than just holding him off.
Barney have scored against Southend United, so that's ended that debacle of lack of goals in the National League. They've taken the lead in that game at Perth the Hive. Here is Raglan. We're still 32 and a bit minutes into the first half here at the EVB. 0-0 between Aldershot Town and Oldham with the BBC Sport website and BBC Surrey this afternoon. So closest to Aldershot have come so far as a Henry shot that flashed wide of the near post. Oldham's nearest opportunity was a header from a corner by Connor, which Monty flicked over the bar, or flicked wide of goal I should say. There's not been much else to shout about. Both sides have been putting each other under pressure, a bit of a physical affair, bogged down in occasions in midfield, maybe requiring the odd mistake or two, as it really was there from the pass by Hargreaves. Bird picking it up. Here's Frost now, playing it back towards halfway line. Witherington into space, on to the inside forward. Bird had no idea where the ball was, but it's one back by Frost. Henry leaves it, so Frost can just see if he can create something here. He's cutting in field, Tyler Frost, out towards the halfway point of the Oldham half. Cut out there by number 11 of Josh Kay. Witherington with a ball into the edge of the penalty area, nowhere near Corbett, and here Hobson were battling for it. Easy for Hudson to gather inside the penalty area. Time on the board now for Condon. Out towards the right hand side of the Oldham half. Ogle, actually cut out that time round by Hargreaves. Ball's in the stand actually at the moment, but like I say, Steve, it's getting to that point now where you start to think, do you get to half time now? Do you want to keep, or do you want to be the first time you really want to put the pressure on? In this case, Oldham in the last 10 minutes have looked like the better team going forward.
Yeah, I think 11 minutes to go plus a little bit of stoppage time. I think the game needs a goal. I think to an extent the two teams are cancelling each other out with formation, with quality, with the physicality. Defences are on top. But yeah, it needs a moment of brilliance or a defensive mistake.
Well, here's Frost as you join us, Tim. It's still 0-0 between Aldershot and Oldham with 35 minutes in the first half. It really hasn't been a lot of big moments in the game. Just the two to speak about for each side. Henry shooting wide from the edge of the penalty area after a mistake from Hudson. A header from Monty for Oldham going over the bar. It really hasn't been an overly entertaining game, but 0-0 is the scoreline at the moment. Monty looking to play forward, it's looped up towards the halfway line, bouncing out to the edge of the area. I'm just hearing between my ears Woking have scored at Ebbsfleet, and that's 1-0 to Woking there, so big goal there out in Kent. There's a dockyard there. It's not the easiest place to get to Ebbsfleet, but that's where Woking are beating them at the moment. Speaking of trains, I mentioned those. There's plenty of those that run through Ebbsfleet. There's one that just goes past us on the far side. Oldham have a throw right in front of the away dugout where Ricky Mellon is, hands in his pockets at the moment. He spoke this week of a feeling that he would like to have seen a bit more momentum for his side, but hasn't seen as much as he'd liked. Foul on the edge of the goal line, referee didn't spot it. Oldham wants to get on with the game as Henry was brought down. Here's Ujak Bullen, nutmegs his defender, but both his teammates ran in field instead of in front of him, and in the end that ended any potential of an attack brewing there for Oldham.
Yeah, I think it was a good ball actually, just on a completely different wavelength to his teammates. Otherwise, if ball had connected with player, either way, either the pass had found the players or the players have been on the same wavelength, I think Oldham were in.
Absolutely. Here's out towards the right hand side is Ogle. It's flicked up and picked up the way of Fondop. Time on the ball now for number 8 of Lundstrom. Now Monty, back to Kay. So again, Gandil have everyone behind the ball. Here's on the right hand side now, it's picked up for Ogle to try and get around Jones. He gets the ball in towards the near post, and Fondop with a good inside attempt at the far post. Solid touch inside the area, trying to put it goalwards, but instead it flashes wide at the far post. A big let off the Aldershot there.
Yeah, it was maybe slightly better than a half chance, but Fondop nearly made it a really good chance. The excellent cross from Ogle, who I think has been really showing really great endeavour down that right hand side and forcing Ryan Jones back into more of a defensive position, but
that was, though, again, I mentioned crossing being one of the key things there, because you're not going to get much going through the middle unless one of the teams makes an error. And on that occasion, my word, it was a very threatening opportunity. Aldershot come up the other end here with Frost. That was a good tackle that time round. Over Gandal's won it back. Oh, Ricky said into the path of Henry. Henry shoots. Henry scores! And we said a mistake might be the difference today. And James Henry, having profited from what but missed earlier, this time round breaks his duck for Aldershot. A fantastic finish, left-footed drive into the bottom corner, and 38 minutes into the first half. It is Aldershot Town who break it down. Aldershot 1, Oldham 0.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest build-up. It was a ricochet after ricochet. It looked like the chance had gone, but then James Henry showing all his quality, all his experience, the calmest head in that penalty area. He just looked up, opened his body, curled the ball around the defender, around the goalkeeper, found that bottom corner, and that's almost against the run of play, because it's been the visitors that have had the better of play maybe in the last 10-15 minutes. But now you asked what do teams want to do in that final 10 minutes of the half. I think the game needed a goal.
Absolutely.
And Aldershot Town needed a goal, otherwise there was a risk that they would, even if they went in level, they would go in at half time feeling like the game was going away from them. But now it's them with the momentum.
And you feel that's a massive sigh of relief. Now, how do Oldham respond? I mean, had that moment before Aldershot scored, Fondop blazing over. Now they're up the other end again here with Fulham. Tries to cut away from number 8 that time around for Aldershot. Played into the penalty area. Montgomery stretching, but eventually cleared away. That time by Bird. Immediately Latics looks to respond from going behind. However, Ogle stretching from a long pass and seeing it cut out for a throw on the far side. And we said it, a goal would do for either side. And sure enough, as soon as Oldham go up the other end and create an opportunity, by the fact a mistake might be was the difference at the end, Aldershot's getting in front, and you can just feel the relief around us as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it is a good time to score just 5 minutes before the break. Aldershot Town will go into the dressing room if they can see out the final minutes of this half. They'll go in with their tails up, and Oldham will feel like they should have scored when they had that period of ascendancy.
Here is Charlesley now with a chance to help Oldham into finding an equaliser before the half-time whistle. Lundstrom out towards that right-hand side, picking out Conlon, who's out on that left-hand side. It's now, Kay on that right-hand side, I apologise. Here is Kay delivering a right-footed ball in. Dewhurst had to make a decision when it was going in towards that near post. Whether it was going in on, whether it was on target or not, we don't know. But he took no chances and palmed it away for a corner. Yeah,
I think unorthodox from Marcus Dewhurst, but in the end, I think about the right decision. You wouldn't want to try and grasp it cleanly and then it squirm through you. Or if you try and grasp it, it might squirm back inside the penalty area. I think he did the right thing just to clear his lines.
Corner comes in from the far side, but it's over everybody, and out for a throw-in. Yes, a throw-in on the far side, far corner, where the East Bank beats the North Stand. It's just 5 minutes to go. Aldershot Town 1, Oldham Athletic 0 in the National League with Arvin Nunn. Steve Gibbs will be on the BBC website and BBC side this afternoon. James Henry's goal in the 38th minute, the deadlock breaker. A really good finish as well from the ex-Oxford and Millwall man. Fondop having come close a moment earlier. Now Oldham trying to create something to find an equaliser before half time. Remember, unbeaten before kick-off today. So they wouldn't want to leave Northampton without a result. Here's the ball outside the area for Monty. Monty in shooting position, but decides to play it across towards Kay. And eventually looks to find Ogle. Ogle has a good right foot. Seen it a couple of times today, delivering crosses in. I've worried the Aldershot defender or two. Now, Lundstrom delivers the ball in towards Fondop, who holds it up in the edge area. Williamson wins it back, dragged down, and it's a good foul there, winning it for Aldershot. He takes a quick free kick, releases Henry. Henry's available through the middle. Hobson runs the tackle, but here is Hardy Gandor outside the penalty area. And he's trying to shooting angle he can, but it took a deflection on the way through. Good block that time round by the defender, leading to Hudson collecting the area. That time round, it was a good bit of work out Raglan to stop the shot from getting anywhere near Hudson's goal.
Yeah, good defending in the end, but I think Hadi Gandor maybe made the wrong decision. He headed out to the right-hand side, and that allowed the defender to recover and get himself into a position to block. If Gandor had run more directly inside on goal, I think he'd have got a shot away, and it would have been a good chance for Aldershot Town to get their second.
Well, 42 and a bit minutes in. Free kick to Oldham near the centre circle. The Shots have taken the lead, and me and Steve were debating earlier if a mistake would be the difference in this game. Sure enough, it was. An error inside the Oldham penalty area was profited on by James Henry, who breaks his home account for Aldershot Town, striking low and hard into the bottom corner with just over 2 minutes to go until half time. Aldershot lead by a goal to nil against Oldham Athletic. Here is Ogle on the right hand side, time to put the ball in if he can. It's towards the far post, which is Bulham's header, and it's flashed wide of the far post. A massive opportunity for the winger, who you wouldn't think has the ability to head, but he got up well there, did he, Steve?
He did, yeah, and he just found a yard of space behind Tyler Frost, who got caught under the ball. Having got into that position, he should have done better. He got a complete free header, he had the whole goal in his sights. He did the right thing, trying to head the ball back from where it came from, but just gave it a little bit too much. Unfortunately for Aldershot Town, it was the other side of the post, but I think he should have done better.
Absolutely. If it was Mike Fondop, you think that has to be buried. But in the case of Richard Fulham, he did his very best to direct it goalwards, but ultimately flashed wide of the far post. Pressure again for Lundstrom to deal with here as Aldershot pile the bodies forward. Hudson clears towards the centre circle, not a very long clearance, there's no wind either, so he was able for Bird to pick up. Bounces forward towards Hadi Gandor, who again puts pressure on Hobson, and it goes up for an Aldershot throw. Just a minute plus stoppages to be played. While they're winning, Surrey Windrington still has a reason to be frustrated as we get towards half time, feeling his side should probably be more than a goal up. Had that moment from Gandor profited. So the Soldiers try to play out from the back. Charles took a touch on the ball, but it's too heavy. Runs out for a throw in on the near side. What a signing James Henry's turned out to be. And he's proved his point at home this afternoon at last. And he's shined the last couple of games. His experience always coming in handy, and he'll feel will be a very valuable cog in the Aldershot engine room in games to come. So we approach the 45, we see a minute added on at the end of the first half. Aldershot leading. Either they'll see this, or maybe they'll throw the ball upfield one more time. Someone's got a very loud whistle. We're not talking about the plastic one the referee's got in the crowd this afternoon. Looped up ball by Bird. Frost trying to run onto this, but Gandor will get here. And he receives it on the near side, takes a touch off with Richard Fulham, and goes out for a throw-in on the near side to the shots. So just plays 30 seconds of that first half now. Bird receives that throw-in. Here is Witherington. Fantastic sharpness to send a quick free kick. Henry's offside. As elusive as he's proven so far, that's how he's just too elusive, breaking the offside track.
Yeah, in the end, more than just a yard or half a yard offside. It was a good couple of yards. 2-3 yards in it, I think, but he has done really well, and he's shown his quality. He scored on the opening day against Forest Green as well, so two in 3.5 games now for James Henry. But it's his experience, his quality in a young group that will be invaluable. There's the half-time whistle. Aldershot Town, I won't say good value for their lead. Both teams have had sporadic periods of pressure without really being able to create much, but that's the sort of game that Aldershot Town need to come out on top in. Those tight games where chances are few and far between against a really good, strong Oldham team that are coming here to play. They're not just coming here to take a point. Aldershot Town have forged themselves ahead without really deserving it, maybe. And now, can they see out this game in 45 minutes time? It's defending a lead has not necessarily been their strength so far this season, but if they can do that against a team like Oldham, it'll be a huge feather in their cap.
Absolutely, and that, as Steve mentioned, the half-time whistle has gone, with Aldershot leading by that goal to nil. That's a fantastic finish from James Henry following a mistake in the Oldham defence. The Oxford and Millwall man profited inside the area, drilling low and hard, and that broke the deadlock 38 minutes into the first half. Just a moment earlier, Mike Fondop could have put Oldham in front, having a cross from the right hand side flicked over the bar. After going behind, they nearly did the same thing this time for Richard Fulham to head wide. But besides that, before the point of where the game started to improve in the last 10 minutes, hasn't been the most entertaining game. Both sides even in their approach and sort of feeling each other out. Eventually, when the chances came and went, they came, decided to open the game up. It's safe to say we've had a very first time it's had a few moments that needed to get going, but when it did, it sees Aldershot lead at half time. So me and Steve will take a break, and we'll be back for the second half in just a moment. Right, you're good. I'll just do an update, and then you're right. Am I right to say that's 2 at home for him? Is that right? Both goals have come at home for him. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Ready? Steve is just with me. Do you need him? Sure. Absolutely. yeah, it's just going to be one quick update, and then your thoughts on it, really. So. Apparently cricket's a big deal in Sussex.
Oh yeah.
I don't blame them. They're up in Yorkshire today. I imagine the weather's not great up there.
No. Yeah. Sounds like seems like they're getting to play, but
yeah.
So we'll go through the half-time scores from the other Panorama National League pitches being played today, followed by the 50-50 numbers. First of all, the half-time scores. In fact, the first one is a full-time score. It was Gateshead 3, Yeovil Town 1. It's Kyle 0, Maidenhead 0. Oldham 0, Eastern 0. Barnet 1, Southend 0. Boston 1, Tamworth 0.
I told you, weather in my area is horrible. Well, I live in South London, I'm a Surrey fan. Weather's been horrible. Bad Life stopped play yesterday, and it's getting worse. So we're trying to win the championship. So would be nice if we got some play tomorrow, but worried for us. If it gets rained out,
if you're going to not win the championship, you want it to be at least fair,
yeah,
rather than just get rained
absolutely. It's good lord.
The second prize is for £100. Goes to ticket 65781. The third prize is for £90, ticket number 69422. The fourth prize is £75.
Well, what a first half we've had. It took a while to get going, but Aldershot leads at the break by a goal to nil. That goal came 7 minutes from the end of the half after a moment of, let's say, lapse in concentration in Oldham backline led to James Henry profiting and drilling home an excellent low drive into the bottom corner to give Aldershot the lead. It has been a game with a fair number of errors. It did take a while for both sides to really get going. Henry could have scored it earlier on in the match had he profited from a similar error in the Oldham backline. His shot over dragged wide of the near post. Oldham had a couple of moments themselves as Font flicked headed over the bar. That was a minute before Aldershot took the lead. But besides that, Steve Gibbs, the game has been a bit of a watch, but they attacked down a step in the first half and got the advantage they needed. Aldershot.
Yeah, it's been enthralling in fits and starts. Really, it has been cagey. I think two good quality teams, similar positions, similar qualities, similar formations. I mean, and they have cancelled each other out to some extent. But yeah, it's Aldershot Town that have snuck into the lead. I think that 30 seconds could prove to be pivotal. At one end, Fondop side-footed over the bar, and then James Henry found the bottom corner. It is on fine margins in these sorts of games, but Oldham have definitely got enough quality on the pitch and on the bench that you can't discount them yet. But certainly Aldershot Town have got themselves where they want to be in a tight game that's not going to be a 5-4. I think it's going to be 1 or 2 goals that will decide it, and at the moment Aldershot Town have got the advantage. They just need to improve their defensive quality to keep Oldham out in the second half.
Absolutely. Well, they're heading into this game and beating Oldham, but it looks like the shots might feel a blow in that aspect of getting into the promotion half for Oldham. Half time here, Aldershot 1, Oldham 0.
Believe it or not, so they've won their trophy. We've got Chris, John and Nick. So we'll start with Chris. I don't know where the other Chris. And the end of the game, hit the crossbar once.
Feel free, it's all yours.
Twice, you get 20. You hit 3 times, you get £1,000. And these boys have finished tough well. So let's hope they get a few.
That was excellent.
Chris, you're up first.
That was outrageously good. Oh dear.
Unlucky. Next one in. You get 3 goes. John's in. All right, you do your 3 then, Chris. Go on. 3 in a row. Let's see if you can get a tenner, Chris.
Yes, mate.
A bit better. Last one.
Yes. Good lord. All right, let's see. Tell me when this. Tell me if it sounds any better now.
John in there next. Come on in, John.
I've just adjusted it. How does that sound? All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm touching the mic because it's a C mic. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me work some magic. No worries, mate.
Just a little bit higher, John. Good luck. Last go. Come on, get a tenner. Birthday boy. Last go. Come on in, Penny. Last go. Can you do it for us? The left lead, Roberts. Closest one yet. 2 to go.
I'm trying to avoid the tannoy, but it's impossible.
It's very loud.
It is very loud. I'm not accustomed to massive tannoys behind my head. I'm used to them above my head or far away from me. But this is
At least it won't be on in the second half.
good. Well, obviously that's the most important thing. Otherwise we'd be drowned out by a third voice that feels like it's from the heavens and not to not from right next to us. Cool, blimey. Right.
Okay, Aldershot challenge next, which kills in just 2 days' time on Monday. When we travel to Tamra in the Panorama National League.
Yay, new ground. I can't wait to go to that. That's going to be a bundle of fun. Every time I get told you get to go to a new ground, it's like, really? Yes! I get to complete my ground hopping adventures, and Tamworth has been what I wanted to do. So I'm excited for that one. But
Don't get your hopes up too much.
yeah?
The land's not. I mean, it's a good non-league ground.
Absolutely. We're at 3G pitch, but I hear lovely things from them.
Okay.
So I hope it lives up to the expectation. No pressure.
It's been years since I've been.
Yeah. Yeah. Big deal in non-league years gone by. Big deal. But the Renaissance is happening in the middle of somewhere in the West Midlands. Midlands is just a big thing in the middle. That's all I see it as. And everything in it is considered the middle. But yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. If it gets off the back of something good here, that will help. If it's off of a draw or a defeat, you can hear the groans already from miles in the distance. But I do worry. I think I can see Oldham getting back into this. They'll come out with a bit more. Yeah, that'll be important. Get that second. You'll look at a much more comfortable and probably preserved performance. And there's nothing wrong with a preserved performance. Righty ho. Right, we're back everybody. Welcome to against the EVB Stadium. I'm with Noah and Steve Gibbs with you. We're bathed in sunshine now. When we started today it was grey and wet, but thankfully Northamptonshire is emblazoned with a wonderful bright light in the sky that is for sure making the pitch dry out a little bit. Aldershot Town, however, have a bright scoreline to look at, leading by a goal to nil at the break, thanks to a lovely finish from James Henry, following a rather error-strewn defensive efforts by Oldham Athletic. Oldham unbeaten in the league heading into today, but maybe under threat thanks to a dogged performance from the shots. Just to run before we get over the second half, as Oldham's players are out for the second half. Aldershot making them wait a little bit. Let me run you through the half times in the National League. One full time, in fact, from the lunchtime kickoff up in the northeast. The Heeds get head beat over by 3-1 in the early kickoff. The Kids have had a great start to the season, having led the table for a large of it, and they're continuing to. 3 wins and a draw. And a good start for the Heat. 3-1 win up and over. No goals between Fylde and Maidenhead. Altrincham 0, Eastleigh 0, Barnet 1, Southend United 0, Boston United and Tamworth, the 2 National League North promotees are meeting today. It's Boston who have the bragging rights via goals to 0. Ebbsfleet 0, Woking 1. The other team in Surrey that is winning away from home at the moment. Good start to the season for Woking. Hartlepool 0, Wilston 1. Rochdale 0, Forest Green 0, Solihull 0, Braintree 1, and Sutton 0, York City 0. So those are the scorelines in the National League at the present moment. Still 45 minutes to go, so plenty of change yet to happen. Last night, by the way, there was a game in the National League between Dagenham and Halifax, which ended 1-1 in East London. Didn't really make much of an impact to the table, as both sides were slap bang in the middle of it. So fairly much change there, just a point shared between the 2 sides. Steve Gibbs is with me, and we've mulled over the first half. I think the feeling is a second would do Aldershot nicely. Yeah, I think Aldershot Town need a second goal. I don't think they can sit back and keep Oldham at bay for 45 minutes with just the 1 goal lead. Oldham have got too much quality to not fashion at least 1 clear chance in the second half. And then it's a matter of who it falls to and whether they're able to take it. Whether if Mike Fondop it was a difficult chance, he had to open his body, he was in the air, he was trying to guide it goalwards, which was the angle was against him, but it's one of those chances, if it goes in you think, yeah, I should have scored that, but when you don't, it feels like a really difficult chance, and it was maybe less than a half chance. Oh yeah. But if you can get it in, suddenly it gives you the advantage, it gives you the lift, the whole team gets a boost, and then it's probably you going in at half time ahead rather than the hosts being ahead. So yeah, fine margins as ever, but this Oldham team have got plenty of quality, plenty of goals in attack and from midfield. Aldershot Town need to protect their goal with everything, maybe show more defensive quality than they've had so far this season, and then in the likes of Gandor and Henry and Corbett, they've got their own attacking quality that can fashion a second goal, and I think a second goal for the Shots might go a long way to seeing the 3 points staying in North East Hampshire. Absolutely, as you said in a half-time review, it's been entertaining in flashes. Is that the word? Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Moments where we've had something to talk about and then little to talk about. Second half gets underway. Aldershot attacking the East Bank at this stage. Clearance that time round by Jenkins. However, Fondop is pushed down to the ground by Magoma. Free kick to Aldershot Town. So let me run you through the 2 sides very quickly. In goal for Aldershot, Dewhurst. 3 at the back with Bird, Jenkins and Magoma. Whittington and Hargreaves in the middle. Frost and Jones out wide. Corbett, Henry and Gandor the leading front 3. For the shots as they look to play upfield for Gandor. Gandor on the run. It's been poked out of play on the far side. Chance to throw it in quickly, but option not taken up. So all the athletic side is as follows. It's Hudson in goal, then Ogle, Hobson, Monty, then it's Charsley, Doc, Fondop, Lundstrom, Colden and Kate, Raglan, Uchik, Bullum this side. No changes at half time. Only a minute so far and still a bit of time for starts a Cruyff turn, clears it away from danger. However, it's knocked upfield towards this near side. Here's a good ball forward by Kay, finding Ogle on the run. Ogle's ball in towards Fondop, nowhere near him. Comfortable grab for Dewhurst in the penalty area. That Cruyff turn, he's wearing orange. I mean, he couldn't be any more Dutch there, could he?
Absolutely, yeah. Aldershot Town's second choice goalkeeper is actually
Stepperhoff, who is Dutch.
Staffordshire, yeah, but yeah, I think that was maybe a little bit too brave from him in that dangerous position, but he got away with it.
Gandor's released Henry. Henry's on the run outside the penalty area, and the referee says no foul, despite Henry being dragged down to the ground by Raglan there. Looked borderline as if Henry was going to get to the ball first. Raglan was well and truly struggling. It is safe to say he got away with that one.
Yes, I think so. I think maybe.
Poor challenge by Conlon there. Referee will show his yellow card for that one. He apologises to Whittington, who's not happy about it, and I don't blame him. It was not a nice tackle from the Oldham captain.
It was not. No, I think yeah, the hunter has been hunted. It's normally Theo Widrington dishing out those sort of tackles, but yeah, I think he's the recipient there. Unfortunately, he's back up and okay, and Conlon does receive the entirely necessary yellow card. I say
careful.
Sorry.
If he had been sent
excited
off,
there, yeah,
it would have been a lot. It would have been a wild red card if the referee had given it, but no, it's
definitely yellow. Nothing more. But
just
Henry
before
and
that,
Raglan,
yes.
I think the referee thought it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That maybe Henry was partly the aggressor as well, but certainly it's one of those that could definitely have gone against the defender. I think Raglan was a little bit clumsy and probably fortunate that Henry was a little bit overzealous in trying to get to the ball.
Yeah. Ball out towards the left-hand side. Here is Jenkins. Now Jones goes back towards the penalty, edge of the penalty. I'm going to go. He's trying to release Gandor again. This time Raglan is careful. Gleisman's flag is up for offside. And the referee was asked for a free kick to just outside the penalty area, I believe, where the linesman is flagging.
Yeah, it was a good run from Hadi Gandor, but I'd have said he was second favourite, but if he started ahead of the defender, then maybe he should have done better.
It's been a goal at Sutton. York have taken the lead, and Sutton unbeaten. Both sides unbeaten, and York have the advantage. Ball out towards the right-hand side. Played out into the edge of the penalty area. Here's Gandor. He's laying off a Corbett, I think he slipped as he shot there. Maybe leaned back a bit too much in hope of whipping it towards the far corner, but it went over and into the east bank that time out.
Yeah, I think you're being a little bit kind there. You're giving Kai Corbett an out that I'm not sure that he deserves. I think he was already leaning back, and maybe that did help him lose his balance, but he shouldn't have been leaning back in the first place. It was well set up. He had a chance to whip it either across goal into the far corner or past Hudson at the near post as well, but in the end, yeah, that's not going to make the highlights reel. No.
There's a long ball over the top now. It's being chased on by Fondop. Jenkins trying to head it away. Instead, it will go back towards Condon just inside the Aldershot half. He's picked out Uçak Bulum on that left-hand side. They're attacking down the slope in the second half for Older Athletic. Trying to make the most of it. Uçak Bulum has that extra yard of speed. Turns it into the penalty area. Deflected into the path of an Oldham player. And it was Kay's shot on the bounce as well. He shot downwards. Bounced into the hands, though, of the goalkeeper, Marcus Dewhurst.
In the end, I think also lucky there that Kay wasn't able to trap it instantly. In the end, it was bouncing, as you said, and that allowed Aldershot Town to get a block in.
Ball into the path of Gandor. He's on the run, but it's a little too much on there for him to get on the end of. It needs to go, and it's a goal kick to Oldham. It's 5 minutes into the second half, with Aldershot Town leading by that goal to nil. James Henry striking brilliantly into the bottom corner, following an Oldham error in the back line. It was a pretty, for a large chunk, non-event first half until that opening goal. Long ball upfield by Hudson. Goma heading it back towards Fondop. Oh, strong tackle by Widrington. Hargreaves, on Lundstrom. A free kick is awarded, and Connor's just making the case that if I've been booked for a foul like that, why can't that one be a yellow? Hargreaves is sheepishly standing still, adjusting his socks, trying to avoid any attention from the referee. His card's not coming out though.
No, and I think the foul was more committed by the upper body of Hargreaves. It was more not an elbow, but I think his forearm leant into Lundstrom, whereas the pain in Lundstrom seems to be on his right ankle, kind of right calf. He does seem to be up and limping steadily away, but hopefully able to continue and
absolutely
maybe even actually take this free kick. But
you can never get that when players get fouled, but clasp another part of their body when it's instead of the lower, it's the upper body.
It did seem strange.
Yeah, quick free kick down the left-hand side for Lundstrom. Here is Uçak Bulum shot, which is saved at the near post by Dewhurst. Very well saved, but he had that near post well covered, the goalkeeper. Corner kick to Aldershot.
Clever free kick. It was Lundstrom who took it in the end, and Uçak Bulum making the run right across the penalty area. Found a little bit too much space, and Dewhurst was able to make the save at his near post.
So here comes the corner, which Conlon's come across to try and take Uçak Bulum's support. The left-footed corner again. into the box. It was a far post. Man goes down in the area. It's flicked over by Dewhurst. Franklin's got his arms out, asking why the referee didn't see that. I think he had eyes on it, but ultimately it's only again 6 to 1, half a dozen the other there. Corner against Oldham, this time on the other side of the High Street end.
Yeah, I think it was. It's one of those incidents that happens pretty much every corner, every set piece, every game inside the penalty area. And if you gave for that, you'd give a penalty every
day
5
of the
minutes.
week. Yeah. Here comes another corner from Colin, far side of the High Street end towards the far post this time, and eventually loops out towards the far side. More of a mistake there by Ogle, which has allowed Jones to get onto the ball here. Jones on the run. Ogle's trying to foul him. Referee has seen it, but the game continues. Here's a switch of play by Henry, trying to release it towards the far side, headed back towards the Gandor by Corbett, but it did not work out the way he'd have envisioned it. Eventually goes back towards Hudson. And Akpan is going to come on now. Ashley Akpan, as Aldershot take their defensive shape again. 53 minutes into the second half, leading by a goal to nil. Widgerington's ball forward is cut out that time by Monty. Long strong header by Bird. It's laid down here for Widgerington off of Hargreaves' pass. Widgerington looking to release the ball. He has, however, Hobson was, I'm sure he slipped trying to make the tackle there, but managed to get contact on the ball with some fortune. Almost got cleaned out by an attacking player that time. So hopefully he's okay and back to his feet. Now it's played in towards Lustrom. Oldham trying to find a release. And a way back into this game, undefeated in the National League in the first of the 3 games they've played so far, which I'm sure Mickey Mann would like to keep at the end of today, but Aldershot have been, in some aspects, a lot better, quite decent at home in recent weeks. Here is Kay under pressure. One back there by Jenkins. Here is Gandor, and Henry supporting, makes the run inside. Gandor has possession on the right edge of the penalty area. Opted to try and wanted to play it wide, but in the end ran out of time. An error by Jenkins. Bird, released the ball towards Charsley. Nevertheless, though, Aldershot managed to deal with it in the beginning. Williams attempt to flick it over Bird's head. It wasn't a good one. Eventually it's released towards the right hand side. Here's Frost now. Frost in towards Henry on the edge of the penalty area, right hand side. They start to get the cross in, but a couple of ricochet off of Lucian came off the chest or the midriff of Henry in behind for a goal kick in the end. Yeah,
it was a little bit of a slack play from Aldershot Town, and now there'll be a change. It's a debut, a professional debut for Ashley Akpan.
Yep, on loan from Gosport Borough. At Gosport Borough last season, a Academy graduate. First appearance for the club.
Yeah, debut for him, and he's replacing Kai Corbett, whereas Akpan is a right back mostly by trade, I believe. So we'll see what that ushers in. It looks like Akpan is indeed going to take up the right wing back position, and Tyler Frost has come inside into that more of a midfield position from right wing back. I'm not sure that Tyler will quite play exactly where Corbett did as a number 10. It looks like he's slightly deeper, and it's Henry slightly behind Hadi Gandor, but certainly Tyler Frost will not weaken that midfield any bit. No, and let's see how much work he can do on the left side of play. Ball forward that time by Widgerington. Hudson has to come out of his penalty area, uncertain as it will go out or not. In the end, he clears it away for a throw-in to Aldershot Town. Akpan's debut, wishing well. Hopefully he can provide something. He'll take that throw-in on the far side of the field, south stand, where Aldershot are attacking up the hill in the second half. And the unique grounds which has a hill do have to be careful of not putting pressure on. Just took a touch to flick the ball up into the air before clearing it, and now Hudson will make sure this time it does go out of play, and it goes out for a goal kick for Oldham, who will now they can change themselves in the 57th minute of the game. It's going to be Charsley who will make way. Number 7, who's has had a busy game, but has had a lot to do, and in this place will be Ollie Hammond. Yeah, I think pretty much a straight swap. They're both attacking midfielders. They both like to get forward in support of Fondop. I don't think Charsley's had his best game. I think he started the season well. He scored an excellent header that beat Wealdstone early in the season, but a good goal too. It was, but not had his best this afternoon. So now it's a chance for Ollie Hammond to see what he can do. Yeah, Ogle just got ahead on the ball as Jones tries to get
clear it away, and two Oldham players could have pounced onto it. Thankfully, Juhas was sharp and got it away from danger. We mentioned errors, and that again could still be a factor in this game because both sides are still not looking massively confident from playing out from the back this afternoon. Here is very lively Frost. He's released Gandor outside the penalty, centre of goal. He lays it off. James Henry here. He scores again. Doubled up for James Henry. A lovely right foot drive into the far corner. He's got 3 goals in 3 games, all of them here at EBB, and Aldershot Town now lead by 2 goals still against Oldham Athletic. A fantastic goal that time round there, Steve.
Yeah, that's the second goal that Aldershot Town wanted. Oldham trying to make the substitution that changes the game in their favour, but it's Tyler Frost, who's only seconds ago moved into a more central midfield position. He gave Josh Lundstrom not 1 second of respite. He won the ball, ushered the error out of Lundstrom, gave it to Gandor. The striker, you think he's going to have a shot, but no, he's got James Henry up alongside him. Superb, another superb composed finish, this time a cross goal from Henry. 2-0, and you'd say with nearly an hour gone, Aldershot Town have gone a long way to securing 3 points here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and what's the start of the season? What starts the season James Henry's having? Yeah. He seems well at home in an Aldershot shirt. 3 goals in 3 games now.
He does, yeah. He's one of the last players to come in. We thought the squad was pretty much finished, and then his signing is announced just a couple of days before the first game, and yeah, he's made such an impact.
Now, let's see what Oldham have in a response. Ogle offside as Jones looks to chase this. It's deflected off Ogle. It's on a penalty area now. Here's Kay. Drills a shot low into the hands of Dewhurst. That was a very instant response that came from Oldham. Aldershot now, though, 2 goals up. Maybe we'll think about trying to shore this up. Here's substitute Hammond. Kay. Aldershot have doubled the advantage. It's James Henry once again. What a signing he's proving to be for Tommy Witherington. This time around, Gandor set him up. He drew a shot low into the far corner, and it stood no chance for Hudson in the Oldham goal. That's 2-0 to Aldershot after 58 minutes. They're looking at a bit of trouble here, though, as Ogle plays the ball into the box, and in fact, it's gone in. As soon as Aldershot looks a bit clear and dry, Oldham Athletic have just pulled one back. Ogle, who broke into the penalty area, shot. It looks like he shot goalwards. Marcus Dewhurst and the near post had no idea where that ball was going. Whether it took a deflection or not, we don't know. But it's landed into the far corner of the net. And as soon as Aldershot looks home and dry, Oldham Athletic have just put some worries back into the fans here at EBB, Steve. Yeah,
Tommy Witherington quite rightly is asking the referee, asking the officials why Ryan Jones wasn't awarded a free kick, because they both went into the tackle. Ogle was very physical in getting up and perhaps holding Ryan Jones down, and that allowed him to get back to his feet first, get to the ball, and somehow squeeze it through a couple of players. Marcus Dewhurst into the far corner. I don't think anyone really knew there was any danger until the ball hit the side of the net, but as you say, Oldham now from nothing back into it, and they're making another change. It's Jake Caprice coming on, who started against AFC Fylde as a right wing back. Looks like he's going over to the left wing back position, and also coming on is Alex Reid, a striker.
Well, that's
they
changed
know they
things,
need goals.
Yeah, that's changed things now. Aldershot looks home and dry. Oldham have put a worry back into the shot spans. 2-1 just the hour. So, just to confirm again, Caprice and Reid came on that time round. If you could just confirm for me, Steve, because engrossed in that goal. Therefore,
I'll check what who they replaced. Actually, it looks like Fondop has gone off. So
yes, he has.
Swap, Alex Reid, but who plays much more on the last shoulder, really gets the team up the pitch, plays as a real orthodox number 9, whereas Fondop likes to run the channels, does drop deep as well, but no, Alex Reid plays front and centre, and Jake Caprice is on the left wing back position, so we'll see who he replaced.
Well, we're just looking through the Oldham team at the moment. I don't see Uche Bullum, so I think he was the other change.
Another straight swap, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jake Caprice, more of a defender by trade, but
great experience as well.
I think better going forward than he is defensively. So 2 front foot substitutions from Mickey Mellon. I think he was probably planning these when it was 2-0, when his team were 2-0 down, but still at 2-1. The clock is ticking. They need to get back into this game.
I'm just thinking Uche Bullum get back to the bench now, having gone off at the nearest point. But that has changed things. We all singing the praises of James Henry having bagged the second, thinking Aldershot might have just been home and dry, but Old Athletic have found a way back into it and maybe increased a bit of the anxiety amongst a few of the Shots fans here this afternoon. Thrown on the near side for the home side. Look at Mickey Mellon, had his jacket on in the first half, now has it off, hands on his hips. I'm sure a bit more optimistic now, having seen his side get back into it in the most extraordinary of circumstances. Here come Oldham now with Hobson, playing it back towards Ogle. His clearance isn't very good. Now where's it going to land? On the roof or the bench? Great catch from Widrington there in the bench. Could have been a great goalkeeper in his day.
He did actually. He clutched it to his chest and did look over at Marcus Dewhurst as to go,
this is how you
I've
do
still
it.
got it.
Yep, I could do a better job than you, Mum, with the message you sent at him. Dewhurst was sure still pondering a little bit as to that Ogle. Whether it was a shot or a cross, we don't know, but it ends up in the net. And for Oldham, they don't care how it ends up in there, it gets in there and they reduce the arrears. So 2-1, 64 minutes into the second half. You're on with Armin Noy and BBC on the BBC Sport website. Steve Gibbs keeping you company as Aldershot try and find a way to restore the 2-goal lead. Hodgson inside the penalty area for Oldham, clearing it away with a couple of Aldershot players putting on the pressure. Ultimately, Kay heads it out for a throw-in on the far side. Here is Conlon, brought down now for Monty. Caprice is available if he needs it. He'll instead long ball forward for Hammond as the target, and instead Aldershot regain possession. Here's Gandor. He has support around him in the midfield if he needs it. He's picked out Hargreaves. Widrington is there if he needs it, but Aldershot want to go from back to front again. Direct pass from Magoma, and Widrington's pass let him down, and his father looks angrily at him at the nature of the pass. He's frustrated there.
Yeah, I think he sensed that Aldershot were in prime position for a counter-attack, but Theo mishit the pass, and in the end it was never going to keep Aldershot Town in possession.
How many times do you think Tommy's told his son about passing the ball more straight to a player instead of into no man's land? I'm sure that's been a debate they've had a few times before.
Yeah, some of the conversations on the pitch that father and son have, you think they should be behind closed doors. They're a little bit too personal,
yes,
and a little bit too maybe the sort of anger that only a father and son can share.
Well, let's see if Aldershot can create something here. This is Hargreaves. He's managed to release out towards the left, picks out the free man in Frost. Jones is there if he needs it. Further forward, instead he goes back towards Hargreaves. Midway inside the Aldershot half. Widrington again, just taking a little risk with possession. Does get away from one, then another. Once again, though, loses possession, and he's giving Oldham a chance to think about getting forward. Conlon, it's behind Kay, and he lets his teammate down. Aldershot now, I'm thinking of another change as the attack goes down the right hand side. Gandor in a foot race with Monty. Monty gets to the ball first and will make sure to avert the danger. Tetek's ready to come on here for the shots. I dare say it will be a midfield adjustment as a foul, and Lundstrom is awarded by the referee. Magoma committed that challenge. It's not a yellow card tackle as Magoma sympathetically looks over Kay, who's sitting on the ground, I'm sure clutching apart somewhere in his leg hurts. I don't know what, but clearly he's not happy with that tackle.
No, but I think rightly just if it is to be no yellow card, and I think I think the referee,
it is a yellow card.
It is a yellow card.
Well, maybe it was a lot worse than we thought.
Yeah, referee waited until he censured Christian Maghomer, but now it looks like maybe it was Mike Fondorf, I thought.
So a foul on has been reprimanded by the referee.
Yeah.
2,407 here today, 303 from Oldham, which is a great attendance, I have to say. Well done to those Oldham supporters as well, who've braved the trip from Lancashire to be here this afternoon. Jack Barham's ready to come on as well. I did say look out for him, might make a difference, you never know.
Yeah, Tommy doesn't know how to sit back and park the bus.
He goes forward all the time. Thinks
Yeah.
about just how do you get the better of opposition, even when you're under the cosh a little bit.
Yeah, and it might well be a straight swap for Barham for Gandor, but equally it could be putting Barham to try and stretch the game, try and get Aldershot Town going back towards the East Bank, because Barham will run as hard and as long as Gandor will.
Yeah. That's a foul, it looks like there on Gandor. Nevertheless, Henry's released it towards the right hand side. Chased down on the right by Akpan. Looks to play the ball into the penalty area. It's a chance, it's a goal! It's Frost! What a fantastic finish that was by Tyler Frost! He had space to the far post and absolute close range. That's an excellent cross on a debutant by Akpan. It's a stunning finish by Tyler Frost, and if Tommy Williamson had worries, he doesn't have any now, as for Aldershot restore the 2-goal advantage. Aldershot 3, Oldham 1.
Wow, what a counter-attack in a flash. There was a scrappy header, one in front of the dugout, but then in a lightning flash, Aldershot Town had the ball in the net. Superb vision from James Henry. Really invited, demanded that Ashley Akpan make a lung-busting run down that right flank. He still had a lot to do, but then superb on a pinpoint cross, and finally Tyler Frost. He scored for Aldershot Town at the High Street end. He scored away games. Until now, he'd never scored in front of the East Bank. That will mean a lot for Tyler. Not just that hopefully it secures 3 points for the Shots, restores that 2-goal advantage.
Oh, what a relief.
A personal moment.
Yeah.
He's finally scored in front of the East Bank.
I wonder how he'll be thinking if the final whistle goes right. If the final whistle went right now, I think he'd be the happiest boy in the ground today.
Yeah.
What a great finish that was, and you have to give credit to Ashley Akpan now on his debut, an assist and an excellent cross as well to set it up. Now Aldershot have to be careful not to fall into a trap again. Magomo makes the call to let Juhas get there first, and instead he, this time, with a bit of caution, catches the ball inside the penalty. Aldershot 3, Oldham 1. What a fabulous finish by Tyler Frost. It's turning into a great afternoon for the Shots, but they've had to labour a little bit, Stephen. In the end, I think the response was always important. If they kept that next goal, it would have given a lot more relief to the home fans, and sure enough it has. We're just going to do some admin for you, because Aldershot are going to make a change, and it will be double goal scorer James Henry. No hat-trick for him today, but I think it's just to keep him protected. So for the last 20 minutes he will be replaced by Jack Barham.
Yeah, and
today.
Again, this sub was planned before Aldershot Town scored their third, but that's Tommy Widrington's ethos. James Henry maybe into Cottonwall, just protected for Monday with 2 games in 3 days, but
absolutely
Jack Barham will not give this Oldham defence any respite at all.
Absolutely amazing performance for him this afternoon. And yes, I have to think about Monday. Tamworth away. You'll hear from me again on Monday, that's for sure. Here comes Aldershot again. Frost freshly on the score sheet, but he's caught by the offside flag. 20 minutes to go. Sure enough, Aldershot restored their 2-goal advantage, and what an emotional moment for Tyler Frost. Steve Gibbs was saying to me just as we were reviewing the goal, he scored away, he scored at the high shoot end, but an emotional moment for the lad as he scored out in front of the East Bank. Actually, Akpan gets massive credit for this. He had space down the right hand side, delivered a fantastic ball into the path of Frost, who crashed in the third, and he's an emotional celebrations in front of the fans at the East Bank. A great moment for him, and the third for Aldershot. Back in front now by 2, 3-1 up with 20 to go. .19 minutes to go, and I think you'd have to say unless Aldershot pulls up find another way to reduce the arrears, Aldershot should see this one out now, Steve.
Yeah, they should. I think
we said that last time though.
Yeah, they got caught with a little bit of a soft goal, a bit of a sucker punch, that Ogle was able to squeeze the ball through a couple of defenders and the goalkeeper. But now Aldershot Town, 2 goals again. There's only 20 minutes left. Aldershot Town, I think, need to start playing percentages, not do anything daft at the back, not go chasing a fourth. They don't need a fourth. They've got 3, and that's more than enough. So I think maybe now their ethos does change a little bit, in defending from the front, but making sure that they don't concede again, rather than looking for another goal. Equally, that is not Tommy's ethos at all.
No.
He would probably look at me rather witheringly and disparagingly, going, That's not how I play football, son."
No, I think you think about going forward, trying. If he not always does it going forward reward you with something to have a more comfortable advantage, but you think today, if they continue to play the way they've played so far in the second half, there may be more reward for them than the scoreline believes. Aldershot have looked a bit better in the second half than they did in the first. And you have to say, I think that half-time team talk, just being 1-0 up, may have had something to do with that.
Yeah, I think Oldham have come out and tried to force the issue a little bit more, and that has allowed Aldershot Town in turn more space.
Here's Barham outside the penalty area with a chance to square if he can. It took a deflection of a man. Handball appeals from the East Bank. Nothing doing despite some shouts from the Aldershot players. The referee does not give the penalty. He gives the corner instead. They're still surrounding the referee there. I do have to feel the defender has his arm on the ground. Is there a case though that it would be a penalty if the ball hits arm that's on the ground?
Yeah, if that's the case, I couldn't see which part of the defender's body the ball connected with.
Hard to tell from here.
Certainly there was no. It didn't seem to me like there was an obvious movement of hand to ball. The East Bank and the Aldershot players would have had a far better view than I, and it's quite possible that the ball has hit the defender's arm.
Well, here comes the agent corner, which is not what I'm sure Aldershot wanted, but I'll have it. Jones delivers, far post it lands, but Gomez got a touch on the ball, but it's run loose in the box before being cleared away that time by Ogle. Dewhurst to hammer it upfield, Barham on the chase. Hudson's happy to let that one reach the goal line, and he'll pick it up instead of letting it run out for a goal kick, with the intention, of course, to get back on the front foot. Just check on the National League scorelines in a second as Hudson plays the ball to Hobson on the near side. Now looks to play it upfield, flicks up ball towards Jenkins, who's headed backwards, has eluded him. Kay outside the penalty, Kay shoots, it's double fist punch by Dewhurst, puts it away from danger. A foul on Widrington leads to a free kick there for Aldershot. Aldershot with the foul. Good save by Dewhurst. I think more an instinct if anything, because he was facing directly facing Kay. And on that occasion, Kay could have hit it anywhere, but he hit it straight at the keeper. Yeah,
I think it was slack play from Lockie Bird, allowed himself to be shoved off the ball a little bit too easy by Kay. But yeah, Kay's a better player than just putting a shot direct at the goalkeeper. He should be looking for one of the corners, at least asking the goalkeeper to make a better save than in the end he had to. But yeah, fortunate for Aldershot, it was straight down Dewhurst's throat, and now Theo Widrington took one for the team there. He just stood his ground, knew that the defender was going to come through him. It probably hurt, but he didn't mind.
Well, free kick for Dewhurst to take. Tetek, who was going to come on earlier, I'm sure, as you say, somewhat pre-planned. Yeah. This one, I'm sure, as well, was suggested to happen. Lovely ball forward that time round by Widrington. He's released Frost, who's got one already today. Frost will find Barham in the penalty area. Here's Barham, squares it for Candor, but the offside flag was up on Barham, who just jumped ahead of the play. And it's a free kick to Oldham. A chance for the shots to make the switch, and Tetek will come on now. And in his place will be the goal scorer Tyler Frost, and he starts applauding towards the East Bank, who will give him a lovely ovation coming off. And we've been saying it was an emotional moment for him because he scored his first goal from the East Bank at long last, and a great moment for him as he makes a day. Lovely day for him.
Yeah, he's been excellent this afternoon, Tyler Frost. Will play wherever you ask him, and will run all day, will work hard, and will have quality on the ball. But yeah, definitely a defensive move. Dejan Tetek is the archetypal defensive midfielder. Just gets it, keeps it, does nothing special, nothing flash. Just keeps it simple and keeps Aldershot in possession.
Yep.
And maybe that is Tommy saying, what we have, we hold.
Yep. Once of Reading, and is making the appearance for Aldershot today off the bench. I'm sure the idea will be, as Steve alluded to, shore up the defence. Don't let anything else get through the red and blue line and on the edge of the penalty area. Now they look to come forward. The shot, so it's Gandor releasing the man on the right hand side, and that man is Hargreaves. He's got a lot of room to run into, but it's forced to cut in as Oldham bring players back. Here is Hargreaves. It's a little bit difficult for Whittington to get into thanks to Reed recovering. However, Jones with an excellent tackle to recover possession for the home side. Can he release Barham? This time Barham gets room on the left and he stays on side to get the ball in play out on the goal line. Back towards Ryan Jones. Jones cutting on the right foot. Now back towards Witherington. And across towards Bird. And now Aldershot just take a moment to see if they create something. Akpan, who got the assist for the third. An excellent cross as well on his debut for the club. Ball's out to Jenkins and he'll go back to Dewhurst with 12 minutes to go. It's still Aldershot 3, Oldham 1. 2 for Henry, 1 for Frost. In between that, Ogle strike that was deflected into the net. Ball over the top of Jones to chase onto. He's been bundled over. Ogle is, however, comfortably playing it back to Hudson. Hudson with time with the ball in the Cream goalkeeper's kit, aiming to launch this upfield. And he'll aim for Reed. Can he pick him out? He can't. Thanks to Jenkins as well. Good work defensively. Monty heads upfield for Oldham. They really reduced the areas once, but Tetek has managed to regain possession. Now it's a chance for Gandor on the right hand side, chased by Monty. He's got in originally, had an arm across the top of his chest there, but again it's a fair tackle by the referee. A number of the Oldham fans have started to move across to the deserted terrace where the north stand meets the east bank. More in a, I'm sure I'll rush to get out, but I'm sure they'll be wanting to leave a little soon as Ogle's ball runs out of play. I have to say, Steve, we're starting to see that point in the game we saw in the first half where things are just starting to, where they took a while to get going, this is starting to die down a bit more now.
Yeah, I think the game is opening up a little bit. I think as Oldham commit bodies forward, as they look for a goal that might just get them back into this game, it's always going to allow Aldershot Town opportunities on the counter-attack, and particularly when you've got Barham and Gandor on the pitch, they'll run all day.
That was a good bit of skill by Lundstrom, who drew the foul. Free kick to Oldham Athletic. Quick touch on the National League scores for you. So particular score lines. Eastleigh undefeated so far, leading up Altrincham by a goal to nil. Barnet 2-1 up against Southend United. Sutton now lead by 2-1 against York City, having been a goal down. So another one of the sides that are unbeaten in the league, on the verge of picking up another win. There'll be back-to-back home wins for Steve Morrison's side. Coming up to 11 minutes before the end, Conlon with the free kick for Oldham Athletic, aiming to play it into the penalty area. Reed bursts into the box with Whittington did just enough to stop Reed from getting away from him and allow for Dewhurst to gather in the box.
Yeah, in the end it just delayed him just enough for Dewhurst to come off his line and claim it, but that was good movement from Reed. Rolled his shoulder around Witherington and was going to be in. Any hesitancy from Marcus Dewhurst, and Reed would have had a much better chance of getting onto that ball.
Well, Hodgson will clear this one upfield for Oldham Athletic. Reed challenging for the header. Jenkins underneath it with a lovely bit of control. However, his pass back wasn't particularly good. Lofted balls found Ogle here for Oldham Athletic. Had a moment to think that crossing, instead checks back and releases it to Lundstrom on the outside of the penalty area. Infield now to Hammond. Now towards Ogle, who crosses it into the far post, targeting Kay. It's a great bit of play by Byrne, who gets the head of the ball away from danger. So not safe yet, Oldham, until a good work from Tetek to ricochet the ball forward. Now Oldham have to get back as Aldershot have bodies coming forward. 5-on-4 at the moment. Here is Witherington, releases Barham on the left hand side, stretching Oldham backline at the moment. Here is Barham, still with the ball outside the edge of the left side of the penalty area, near the hugging that touchline before going back to Jones. And he calms the ball down. Now Jenkins, who drives forward. Barham in support. He picks out Barham nicely with a try to cross it towards the far post, over everybody in the box, and eventually Akpan will make sure to release this back now. Here is Tetek. They slow the game down again. You have to say, Steve, Aldershot not giving up the ghost here, are they?
They're not, no. I think they know if they can get a fourth, that will really be game, set and match. But also it is Tommy's ethos. Attack for him is always the best form of defence. Aldershot can't afford to just sit back and try and soak up pressure.
It's been a very lively afternoon. Oldham struggling though to find their back in the game as Aldershot continue, as Steve says, following the ethos to defend from the front. And not many can say that phrase, but that's what they do here at Aldershot. At the moment, it's rewarding them with 3 points, just to make sure if they can hang on to this advantage. Dewhurst towards the right hand side, picks out Bird. He's putting some pressure on the goalkeeper. Dewhurst hammering it upfield, and Gandor will try and keep it in play, but he's given up the chance of it as they rolled out before he could get there. Checking in on some other scorelines. Woking have doubled their advantage against Ebbsfleet now. That's 2-0 to Ebbsfleet against Woking. It's a change for Oldham. Gardner's coming on for Kay. So that's only another adjustment in the final third, and trying to force something to happen near Aldershot's penalty area. On comes Dan Gardner.
Seemingly a strange move by Mickey Mellon, that Gardner is more of a defensive midfielder and Kay has been almost one of those two number 10s behind Fondop for most of the game, and maybe there's a slight injury or maybe just fresh legs.
I think fresh legs.
Yeah, I mean Gardner can play further forward, but I'm not sure that's his natural game. He's a holding midfielder that he's been playing this season so far, but maybe Mickey Mellon has given him license to go forward.
Yeah. We've got 6 minutes to go here, Tim, and Aldershot look to be safe. They're 3-1 up here against unbeaten Oldham Athletic. 2 goals from James Henry and an excellent finish by Tyler Frost, ensuring that they have that comfortable lead. However, Oldham on the attack. Gardner, the substitutes, crosses just over everybody and out for a goal kick. Oldham's goal coming from Ogle's, well, I say unusual shot, which deflected. We think it's deflected off a couple of players and gone through Dewhurst into the far corner. Only then did it worry Aldershot fans, but Frost has surely made the game safe, Steve.
I think so, yeah, absolutely. I think, from here, Aldershot Town should secure the 3 points.
Well, we are looking, hopefully, with 6 minutes to go, we shouldn't see any more scares for Tommy Widgerington's side. 3-1 up with just 6 minutes to go. And ball played to Monty. Time on the ball now for Raglan, who will stretch the ball towards this right hand side. It's flicked down now for Ogle, but instead it's cleared away. Hobson with time on to take the throw. Near side of where we're sat in the media section of the north stand. Here is Gardner, played back towards Hammond. Gardner's a poor, but Hobson's picked out Lundstrom instead. Inside he goes. Lundstrom looks to release Reed, who's eluded the pass, and then it's played forward for Reed by Conlon. Reed goes back out towards the left hand side, and Caprice, who looks to get away from Akpan, keeps up with him for pace. Going to be a corner. Akpan not appealing it, so I think it did come off him last. Might be an honest player there after all, but it will be a corner kick. 5 minutes to go. Can they avoid reducing the arrears Aldershot once again from Oldham? This time it's Gardner who delivers the corner. Near post it goes, headed away. It's only as far as the captain Conlon is chasing this down. Jones marking him. Conlon unable to get away from him, and Jones wins it back initially. Does well to win it a second time. There's this. Kinsmore forwards to Barton. Moves Robertson, releases Jones. He starts the attack. Can he make way to finish it? Rogel fouls him. It'll be a free kick, and I dare say a yellow card for the wing back.
Yeah, I think that was really good play from Ryan Jones. I think he knows that Ogle is quicker than him, but he just lent into that shoulder challenge and ushered the free kick and the yellow card out of the Oldham wing back, and it just gives Aldershot Town a few seconds breather, a few seconds in the final third, keeps Oldham away from where they want to be, which is attacking Marcus Dewhurst's goal. Yep,
the further up the field they are, the happier the home fans will be to see this out. I think a change is anticipated. One more just to be safe for all the shots, but not before this free kick is taken. Left hand side of the Oldham half, around about 30 odd yards from goal. A double is being prepared, but here's Widgerton's free kick over everybody and out for a goal kick. We're going to see that double change now, and it will be Maxwell Mullins and Hayden Vaughan who will come on for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, centre-back, or a very versatile player, Maxi Mullins, but a centre-back mostly by trade. Vaughan is an attacking midfielder, so we'll see what they're still getting their final instructions, so we'll see what happens, who they replace when the substitutions do happen. But yeah, two young players, very promising young players. Another testament to the youth that Tommy Widrington is ingesting into this team.
As Oldham have possession inside their own half, ball towards Hobson. There's 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go. 3-1 to Aldershot, but it can easily be 3-2 if they're not careful. As the ball playing over the top is dealt with by Hammond, it's dealt with by Birds. That's towards the right hand side and eventually rolled back towards Bird. Time on the ball for him to pick a man out, and that's Hackpan towards the right centre half in Bird, who launched it upfield. Gandor kept it in just, but Oldham have regained possession, desperately looking for a way to reduce the scoreline from 2-1 if they can. Here comes a bursting run into the centre, shot from distance, forced to save by Dewhurst. Lucia with the effort that time round. Great run from the number 8, but Dewhurst matched it with a very comfortable save. The ball cleared away upfield towards Barham. Hobson wasn't sure about it and eventually chested it behind for an Aldershot throw, and there will be a chance for the changes to be made. First and foremost, Vaughan on for Hargreaves. He's had a very industrious afternoon in midfield.
Yeah, I think he's been excellent. His start to his Aldershot career, he's been superb. The archetypal box-to-box midfielder, and no little quality on the ball as well. Hayden Vaughan will take up his position as attacking midfielder, with Widrington and Tetek holding, and Ryan Jones off.
So Jones
and Hayden Mullins will perhaps play left wing back for the final few minutes.
It's just a minute and whatever the referee's willing to add on for stoppages, as Mullins and Vaughan make their way onto the field. Here is Reed going back towards the edge of his penalty area. It's picked up by Monty, who's got to be careful with the fresh legs of the number 20 of Vaughan, being a nuisance around the edge of the penalty area. Raglan trying to find a way out, but his clearance is going to go out for a throw, and it will be a chance. I think Aldershot will be happy again if those clearances lead to nothing for Oldham in the last few minutes.
Yeah, they're not really building up a head of steam, Oldham. It doesn't really feel like they've got the cohesion, the quality to wrest themselves back into this game. But I don't want to curse it, but
careful.
It does seem like Aldershot Town have got.
Well, you said that. Oldham were briefly on the attack after a ricochet clearance fouled Hammond, who played outfield. Great tackle there by Jenkins has left him on the ground. Dewhurst was fouled in the box by Gardner. Fourth officials just going to confirm how much added time there is in a minute, but 2 Aldershot players are down at the moment. 4 to be added at the end of the game, but we will have to wait for a moment.
Yeah, there'll be more now. We're into 30 seconds into that 4 minutes, but
I think the referee would have stopped his watch just to make sure that we do play the 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think Marcus Dewhurst was rather unnecessarily barged into by Dan Gardner. I think a little bit of frustration there, because Dewhurst was,
and he's asking for the physio as
taking
well.
an age to pick the ball up, and in making an excellent recovery tackle, it looks like Jenkins has possibly tweaked a hamstring.
It's not what you want. Dewhurst, despite conceding that freak goal, has had a productive game to some degree. But
yeah, I think he's made some strong saves when Oldham have managed to find some space in that Aldershot defence. And yes, maybe it's slightly wasteful finishing from Oldham, but Dewhurst has had to make the save on a number of occasions that would have made this game a lot closer than it currently is. And Dewhurst is still trying to say where's the punishment for Gardner in a completely unnecessary shoulder charge?
Absolutely.
But
You'd think the referees would be sharpened to protecting goalkeepers, even when it's the most needless of fouls, but restraint has been shown by the referee for some reason. Right, here comes Dewhurst with the free kick. We played 2 of the 4 minutes, but I dare say we've not played the actual 4 minutes of stoppage time. As Dewhurst takes that free kick, launched upfield back towards Hudson in the Oldham penalty area. He won't waste time launching this upfield, which he does, right-footed, up towards this halfway point of the Aldershot half, but it's a great head away by Bird. Forward towards Reed. He'll roll it back now for Monty, out towards that left-hand side. Not many options for Gardner to pick out. Instead he drives forward. Here is free man in Caprice. Gardner chasing the ball, aims to get across, and he will this time, right-footed into the penalty area. It was reaching the man at the far post, which was Ogle, cleared away. Here's Gandor on the chase against Raglan. Raglan's not sure where Gandor is, but eventually the striker brings it down. He's going to set up Vaughan here. Hayden Vaughan, chance, saved by the keeper, and then handball penalty, surely, yes! It was handball that time round, I believe, by Monty, which has led to the penalty being given. I think a few fans thought the ball was going into the net, but ultimately the referee spots the handball and the penalty's been awarded.
Yeah, I thought the referee had awarded the goal.
That's what we thought, it was gone in.
It had gone over the line, but yeah, I think there was definitely a hand involved on the line as Vaughan's shot was blocked by the goalkeeper. It looped over to Hadi Gandor, who was going to stroke the ball in from inside the 6-yard box, but the defender on the line has stopped it by illegal means, and now it looks like Theo Widrington, perhaps an unlikely penalty taker.
After the afternoon he's had, being scolded quite a lot by his dad, I think this will be a relief for him if he puts this away. He has to. I mean, it would be the icing on top of what has been a very carefully constructed cake for Aldershot today, but it's an opportunity for the captain. Theo Widrington to the penalty spot, and it's bundled in. It wasn't the prettiest of penalties, but he celebrates wildly with the fans in the East Bank, and that is very much game, set, match Aldershot. 4-1.
In the end, a comfortable victory for Aldershot Town, but a 4-1 scoreline does not tell the full story. Oldham have, I think in the second half maybe Oldham have been second best, but they've played a full part in this game and probably do not deserve to be on the wrong end of a 4-1 scoreline. Theo Widrington, low driven penalty. Hudson got more than enough on it, and in the end it ricocheted through the goalkeeper into the top corner of the net, and yeah, the cherry on the cake in the end. 4-1 I think is a flattering scoreline, but Aldershot Town deservedly taking the 3 points.
Would you say it's relief, considering when it was 2-0 and the immediate response from Oldham stunned not only the fans but us as well? Aldershot would have probably panicked and started to allow for more to come, but I think it's safe to say they've responded very, very well. They
have, yeah. I think they've got stronger as the game has gone on. Their substitutions have made an impact, whereas Oldham have just ended up a little bit of a ragged mess, to be honest.
Yeah, hard luck on Vaughan, by the way, because he was in great space, could have got the shot off. He's kept the ball in the corner at the moment. It's stuck in the corner. Yes, they have, Tim, and it's 4-1 now. This time round, it was a brilliant counter-attack that was started on the left, found Vaughan inside the penalty, his shot was saved. However, Barham's effort, which was goal-bound, was blocked by an arm in the penalty area. Referee spotted it, awarded a penalty kick, and Theo Widrington, the son of the manager, delivered the penalty. Despite it being not the best penalty, it was palmed into the top corner by the goalkeeper Hudson, and it's pretty comfortable now for Aldershot. But in the closing stages, it's 4-1 to the shots. Hobson plays the ball upfield, and that's the final whistle. And I think a very much relieved final whistle for Aldershot Town. A fantastic win, and I think another bit of that measure of revenge I mentioned earlier. They lost 5-1 last season up at Oldham. This afternoon, they've crunched up the Latics by 4 goals to 1. A great performance in the end.
In the end it was, yes, and in the end a comprehensive, deserved win. A little bit nervy at times, particularly after Regan Ogle pulled one back rather scrappily just after the shots had got their second, but Yeah, I think it's testament. Aldershot Town made the telling substitutions, grew stronger as the game went on, and Oldham, with a squad that maybe you say has more experience, more quality, they have loftier ambitions than Aldershot Town, but in the second half they went backwards. They ended up running out of ideas. They ended up looking a little bit of a ragged shadow of their former selves. They had no answer as Aldershot Town seized the initiative in the second half and in the end cruised to victory. It's a much needed win as well after, as we said before kickoff, after losing disappointingly at Braintree, maybe not getting what the 3 points they deserved against Forest Green on the opening day of the season. I think this really sets Aldershot Town up for going to Tamworth on Monday, yes, but also welcoming Maidenhead here next Saturday. That's always a difficult game, but yeah, a fantastic victory. Hard won, hard fought, but in the end thoroughly deserved, and they were the better team when it mattered.
Well, I was holding this question back just in case the scoreline was confirmed, but I wanted to, now it's safe. What do you notice with this particular Aldershot side compared to the one which did so well last season in the FA Cup and got some amazing results up at Stockport, playing West Brom, did pretty well in the league in the end? Well, what do you notice? The likes of Tolai, Stokes and co have all gone. You see a different sort of Aldershot now compared to the one that you saw last season?
I think they're a year older, a year wiser. I think Tommy Widrington knows he kept the nucleus of that squad. Excuse me, my voice is going.
So is mine.
He kept the nucleus of that squad, so he understands his players. The players understand him a little bit better. But I think James Henry has come in and made a huge impact. That's 3 goals in 4 games, and his experience is now, so as you pointed out, he's played in the Championship. He's a hero, a legend at Oxford for his quality as much as anything. But yeah, just he's been there, he's seen it all, he's done it, he knows exactly what's required at any given moment, and his experience imparting on the pitch, in training, in the dressing room. Overall, this is a young Aldershot Town squad, but he's able to bring a wise old head to proceedings, and that's aside from his quality on the ball, in knowing where to be at what point and arriving in the penalty area at just the right time. And maybe that's been the key so far, but I think Aldershot Town, they have maybe tweaked things slightly. There may be a little bit less kamikaze going forward, which allows them to be a bit more solid in defence, and the defensive unit does seem to be maybe individually better, but also as a unit they're playing more cohesively, more solidly, and it gives them that stronger platform to earn results like this, to get stronger as the game goes on.
I would also add to that, there are some noticeable things, because I, like many, watched a few of those great FA Cup moments. This football one stood out for me when an amazing was against the League 2 leaders. I know they play second string, but you still got to perform. Yeah. And on that night, there was a lot of character in that team. To still see a nucleus of that still here, and it's being improved on, there's every reason for Aldershot fans to feel that they can, and they will, compete at that top level of the National League, and maybe again put up a surprise again.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a phrase that I used a few times last season, particularly up at Stockport, that Aldershot Town find a way. They've got that spirit. They never know when they're beaten, and you've seen it in slightly different circumstances, but this afternoon they've had to really dig deep, and they've grown stronger as the game going on. They were the ones making the telling substitutions. They were the one that had the quality, that stayed strong, that stayed cohesive, and that allowed them to take those positive strides to win the game, whereas Oldham
struggled, didn't they? They looked like after they scored, you'd think that with the side that are unbeaten, I know it's very early in the season, we keep saying that, but a team that's unbeaten would always want to continue that streak. However, they did not look like a side that were desperate to score again. Ultimately, it's not the best example there. But Indeed it has, Tim, and Aldershot did eventually make it over the line. It had its worries and moments at times, but 4-1 is the final score here at the EBB Stadium. An excellent performance from Tommy Widgerington side. It started off with a James Henry finish after 38 minutes, following some rather haphazard Oldham defending. The ball fell to the ex-Oldham Oxford and Millwall man. He drilled it low and hard into the bottom corner. That gave the home side the lead. It stayed up there until half time. The second half clearly was where all the fireworks came from. Aldershot doubled their advantage through Henry again. This time an excellent ball found from Gandor, found the fourth man in the box, and he drilled it low and hard, Henry, into the far corner. 3 goals in 3 games for him. All of them have come here at the EBB Stadium. However, for a moment Aldershot let their concentration slip, and a rather freak goal from Raglan Ogle reduced the arrears and made it 2-1 just after the hour, I should say. His cross-hit shot landed in the far corner of Dewhurst's goal. Aldershot didn't sit on that, however, continued to attack, as is the ethos of one Mr. Widgerington, and he saw his side go 3-1 up. An emotional moment for Tyler Frost, thanks to 2 Aldershot home and grown players setting up the goal. Akpan's cross low and hard into the far post, Tyler Frost crashing it in to make it 3-1, and it was 4 after the 90, after a handball was called by the referee. A shot by Barham hit the arm of one of the Oldham defenders, and Theo Witherington fired in the penalty. So a comfortable win in the end. Wasn't easy, but they got the job done in the end. 4-1 victory for Aldershot Town over Oldham Athletic. Right, before me and Steve disappear, let's run you through the final results in the National League today. Fair number of scorelines that have come in this afternoon. Some games are still going on, but we can confirm, just to make sure, here are the final scores. Gateshead beat Yeovil by 3-1, Fylde 0, Maidenhead 0. Aldershot having won here by 4-1 against Oldham Athletic. Altrincham 0, Eastleigh 1, Barnet 2, Southend 1. Boston 1, Tamworth 1. Very important to keep an eye on that one. Tamworth coming from behind in that game. We're going there on Monday afternoon for the next shots travels. Big game on Monday there at the home of the Lambs, but a draw for Tamworth today. Ebbsfleet 0, Woking 3 in the end. Convincing performance this afternoon by Woking away from home. Great win for them. Hartlepool 1, Wealdstone 1, Rochdale 0, Forest Green 0, Solihull 0, Braintree 0, and Sutton 2, York 2. So 2 more of the unbeaten sides in the National League season could not split each other. So what does that do to the table? Well, it means Eastleigh take pole position after their victory this afternoon, but they are on the benefit of being the only side with a 100% record, 4 straight wins for Eastleigh. A very difficult game on Monday. They host Sutton. That'll be an entertaining game, that one. Gateshead dropped to second, but they played earlier in the day, and they host Oldham, funnily enough, so Oldham will not want to lick their wounds quickly. Then they are level on points, if I just make sure correctly. No, points are split up a little bit. We have Sutton on 8, along with York and Hartlepool, who've moved up there following their draw this afternoon. Aldershot, 7th place. That's the news I'm sure a lot of fans want to hear. They're up into the playoff positions at the end of today. Again, we know it's very early in the season, but it's always nice to see your team in the top 7, and that's where Aldershot Town are at the moment. 7th with 2 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat, 9 goals scored, 6 conceded, and 7 points. Tamworth next to them. Just look at the bottom of the league, where Tamworth are, funny enough, yet to win a game this season. So I'll get Steve's thoughts on Monday in a moment, but they are outside the bottom 4 at the moment, just by a single point, only owning 2 after their draw with Boston today. Wealdstone, Maidenhead, who are here next for Aldershot, and Boston actually occupy the bottom half of the table. And just to get your accounts on that one, Steve, a word on Tamworth, because we are looking ahead to Monday now. You think a point away from home is always a good omen to some positive things, but the mood Aldershot were in, despite moments, as we say, moments where they surprised us and moments where they worried us, they got over the line. But you look at Tamworth, newly promoted. Obviously, they've got a point to prove now. They've got the result today. Yes, it was against opposition from the same division as them last season, but you think the mood that Tommy side are in right now, they ought to be right in the picture and getting another 3 points on Monday.
Yeah, I think so. I think hopefully they can learn the lessons that that they suffered at Braintree on Tuesday, and when Seal get to take the game beyond their opponents when they're in the ascendancy, that you need to take advantage of the of your ascendancy and score when you're on top, essentially, and not allow them to build a head of steam, because that's what Braintree did in the last 15 minutes. They were given a lifeline and then came back to win. But I think they can use this as a springboard to go to the Lamb on Monday, and hopefully with the lessons fresh in their mind from Braintree, they have to be looking to get 3 points.
Absolutely.
If they want to once again be in and around near the playoffs, and there were only one place below the playoff places last season, I think if the next logical step is to enter that top 7, and they have to be looking to get something from Tamworth. A point is never a bad result, particularly against the newly promoted team, but really Tamworth haven't started the season particularly well, so Aldershot Town need to go there looking for 3 points.
Absolutely. I look forward to it, because that's where I'll be on Monday, while Rob's on his escapades elsewhere. Where he may be, I don't know. I'm sure he's listening in. I'm sure he'll be just as pleased that the result was a positive one for Aldershot. So we'll do it again on Bank Holiday Monday, when we're off to the Lambs, where Tamworth will host the Shots on Monday afternoon. So from me, Ahmed Noor, and the excellent Steve Gibbs, who we've brought you a great 4-1 win for Aldershot this afternoon over Oldham Athletic. So we hope you have a great Saturday night. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, everybody.